Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So it's a busy time of the year, and obviously, my tree behind me, it's almost Christmas, and maybe your best friend just called and wanted to connect, and said, "Is there any chance that we can get together for dinner this week? I haven't heard from you in a while, and I'm concerned about you." And then you might say, "No, I'm so sorry, I'm so busy." Or, your New Year's resolution next year might be to exercise 3 times a week with friends for a workout, and also for the social aspect. And one of your walking buddies called and said, "We missed you. Where are you? Are you okay?" And then again, "I'm sorry, I can't make it again." So you promised yourself you take 30 minutes each morning to meditate, to pray, to journal, and so far you've only managed to do it twice in the last 3 weeks. "I'm so busy, I don't have time for that." So a question becomes, are you really too busy? Or is that just an automatic response? Is that one that you become so accustomed to telling yourself and to others? And has busyness, in other words, become that badge of honor, or is it a way of life? Something to think about. It's something to give serious thought to, especially when you're overworked, you have a committed lifestyle, and it's having a detrimental effect on your health and your happiness and your relationships. And when you have no white space on your calendar for what matters most to you, walking with your friends or going to work out or just having a quiet night at home, when you have no white space, and when you basically have no life outside of work, it might be time to confront yourself with that profound burden, busyness that you seem to have as a title for your life. So that busyness badge is basically a myth. By telling others that we're too busy, we're working all the time, we're implicitly suggesting that we're sought after, which enhances, your perceived status in life. The reality is, though, that busyness is a facade. It's creating a false sense of purpose and that never-ending cycle of one more thing to do. So the problem with business is you're never enough. You're just always so busy. You're subconsciously hiding behind busyness. "I'm not successful unless I'm busy." You're afraid to slow down. Busyness is a crutch sometimes, an excuse for having no life, and no real contentment or satisfaction, that you can just slow down and do nothing. And maybe it means that you're disconnected from others. Your disconnectedness conveys that you're too busy, and that they don't matter. And relationships suffer when you're disconnected and when you don't have time for those that you care about. And it also could be a problem that you don't know how to disconnect. Sometimes we're just too busy to be in that moment to slow down. Many of life's little things are missed because of that inability to enjoy the moment. So how do you let go of that busyness habit? Number one, acknowledge that busyness has become burdensome for you. It's become a habit and perhaps even an addiction. So understand why you think you need to be busy all the time. To project that you're successful and in demand, or to avoid and distract from something that you don't want to face, or to procrastinate and to delay something. And then next is to stop saying that you're too busy. It's a habit, so stop making business your go-to excuse. Make time for what matters. And number 4 is prioritize what matters most to you. What do you want more of in your life? What do you want less of in your life? So downsize and declutter your life by removing all those unnecessary possessions and things that distract you from what you value most. Make room for the things that matter by removing everything else that doesn't. And create your stop doing list. We all have a to-do list, but this is the stop doing list. It might actually be more important than your to-do list. Living in the shadow of all those shoulds or have tos is not living a life of your own choosing, but rather of what someone else expects you to be. And number 6 is stop multitasking and start single tasking. Basically focus. Remove all those distractions that prevent you from staying focused on that project in hand, for instance, your cell phone, social media, and that kind of thing. 7 is practice being here now. So Ralph Waldo Emerson said, commit to staying centered and focused on the present. Next is to take time for you. Make you a priority. And at this time of the season, it's kind of hard to do. It's hard to do any time of the year, but particularly now with all the things going on, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be good for other people. And you know what you need to do to relieve stress, to recalibrate and restore that balance in life. So learn to say yes to what you need for your own health, your own happiness, and your own well-being. Number 9 is to adopt the mindset of enough. So experience the joy and the peace of enough, of being enough, having enough. Happiness lies within you. It's not comparing yourself to what others have and what you don't. And then the last one is to stop overcommitting. So stop saying yes to so much. Set boundaries, empower yourself to say no and mean it. And make sure that it aligns with what matters most to you. Thomas Edison once said, time is not a commodity that can be stored for future use. It must be invested in hour by hour, minute by minute. We only have 24 hours in the day, and we can't take that back. If busyness has become a burden in your life and you have to make room for what matters most to you, choose it. Make time for it. Prioritize it. Commit to it. Say yes to it. Invest in it. It's your life. Happy holidays, and make sure you're taking time for you.